Welcome. This is Keith Rowe with Vital Healing. I'm glad you're here. I want to share a reflection that I've been sitting with lately around beauty, the land, and what happens when we stop holding things so tightly. So here it is. It's called Releasing Beauty Like an Oak. I recently finished reading The Nature of Oaks by Douglas Tallamy, and it changed how I see the ground beneath my feet. Tallamy spends a lot of time talking about leaf litter, not as debris or mess, but as habitat, as shelter and a nursery that supports hundreds of species within those fallen leaves. Caterpillars overwinter there. Birds are raised on what emerges from those layers of decay and renewal, and soil is slowly built season after season. What we so often rake away is where life is being born, and that realization has stayed with me. It has me rethinking how I tend the land and what it means to let a place be alive rather than orderly. An oak tree does not offer beauty in a narrow or merely decorative way. It gives of itself constantly. Leaves fall, acorns drop, insects gather, and fungus work quietly under the ground. The oak tree does not decide what creatures deserve its gifts. It doesn't hold back because it thinks things might get messy. It releases what it is, and an entire ecosystem forms around that release. As I sat with this, I realized how closely it mirrored something deeply human. A friend once said that his work as an artist is not about creating things, but about releasing beauty, working with what's already there and helping it come into the world. And that feels very close to what the oak is doing. Inside me, I still notice an urge to manage what I share, to shape it and to soften it, or even to hold back until it feels more finished or more acceptable. But the more I lean into putting my work out into the world through writing, video, and simple acts of sharing, the more space I feel to let beauty move into other parts of my life. I'm realizing that if something feels beautiful or true to me, there are likely others who will feel nourished by it. Not everyone, and not always, but enough. Like leaf litter beneath an oak, what we release does not need to be perfect or impressive. It just needs to be allowed to fall where it may. When we stop raking ourselves so clean, when we trust our own cycles of giving and resting, something gathers around us, and we begin to live in a web of connection and community. I'm learning to trust that what wants to be released knows where it belongs. Alongside these reflections, I've also been spending time with more physical work this week. I've been restoring an old corn sheller, letting it soak so some rust could loosen, and then brushing it away and back to life, and then returning it to use. I've shared a short time lapse of that work below for anyone who would like to step into that rhythm as well. If you find yourself lingering with any of this, you might notice where beauty is already gathering in your own life. Not something to create or fix, just something that's already there, waiting to be given space. Thank you for spending this time with me. You can find links to the video and the written reflection in the show notes if you'd like to explore further. Thank you for joining me on this vital healing journey as we find our way back to ourselves and back to each other. Until next time.